Hi, I'm Krystin Sankey. I've had the honor of serving as treasurer of MMHCA since 2022. I'm reaching out tonight to share some important context about the financial report that was recently referenced in a campaign message and the broader concerns that have both shaped and really led to this election. It's true and it's important to acknowledge that the court-appointed evaluator found no evidence of financial impropriety or fraud on either side. This is a welcome and meaningful finding that I and the rest of the DeBoer Group fully support, setting the record straight on that point. However, it's extremely misleading to suggest that the evaluator's report resolved or even began to address the core concerns that led to this conflict. From the beginning, the questions raised were not about fraud. They were about transparency, accountability, and long-term financial sustainability. These concerns included whether the budget was sustainable when accounting for salaries and proposed raises, especially without clear communication about how those increases would be funded. A repeated refusal to provide the executive director's contract, which made it difficult or impossible even for board members to assess whether duties and compensation were appropriately aligned. Proposals to raise membership dues to cover these expenses for salaries without a clear plan or explanation of what added value members would receive in return. Unaccounted expenses and missing documentation for credit card charges with multiple unanswered requests for transparency. 2 recurring monthly transfers to an unknown account, which stopped without explanation once they were questioned. And significantly, as the appointed treasurer, I was never given access to the organization's bank account or added as a signer, despite being both legally and ethically responsible for this financial oversight. These are serious concerns. They point to the need for stronger financial controls. These controls include a clear and documented procedure for approval of charges, full transparency of all bank and credit card statements, not just for the board, but also for members upon request, and best practices when it comes to signers and account access, starting with ensuring that the treasurer has full visibility. These aren't political talking points. These are just standard expectations for nonprofit governance. They protect the integrity of member dues, and they empower the board to fulfill its fiduciary duties and build a stable foundation for organizational growth. Since taking on this role, I've worked to bring clarity and accountability to MMHCA's financial operations. We've moved from operating at a deficit to maintaining a surplus, improved our financial reporting systems, and made transparency a top priority. This election isn't about rehashing the past, though. It's about how we move forward. And I believe that MMHCA deserves leadership that's committed to good governance. As we continue to strive for transparency and professionalism, I also want to share what we've prioritized as a board. Consistent attendance at the Michigan Board of Counseling meetings, ensuring that we stay engaged with the policies and decisions that directly affect our members. Responsible financial stewardship by creating a budget surplus and implementing oversight processes to safeguard member dues. Transparent communication, so both board members and the wider membership are informed and included. Expanded member benefits, including opportunities for education, advocacy, and involvement. Stronger ethical governance with clearer processes, defined roles, and accountability structures that support long-term organizational health. Lastly, as a reminder, voting closes this Thursday, June 5th. The DeBoer team would be honored to earn your support. We're proud of our 12 candidates. Each one brings unique strengths and a shared commitment to our profession and our members. Please vote the left side of the ballot, and don't hesitate to reach out to us with any questions at mmhcaboard@mmhcanow.org. Thank you again for taking the time to hear the full picture. Have a great evening.